Rafael here, and welcome to how to produce an acoustic uplifting corporate track. In this first video we are going to be talking about the composing aspects, that is harmony, melody and form. First let's take a listen and then we are going to talk about it. I forgot to turn off the click in the beginning when we were listening to the track. The main idea of this music, of this track, is in the piano track. So let's take a first listen to the beginning of the piano track. Here we have A major. The notes of A major are A, C sharp and E. B minor. The notes of B minor are B, F sharp and D. F sharp minor. The notes of F sharp minor are F sharp, A and C sharp, and D major. Notes of D major are D, F sharp, and A. I kind of did the following here in this piano track. The roots are always in the bass, right? So as you can see here, the long notes are the basses. So here we have A, here we have B, here we have F sharp, and here we have D. Then this rapid notes here in the high range, kind of mid range, not high range, give the motion of the track, the rhythm of the track, and also feel the chords. So I used that same notes I talked about in the beginning here in this rapid notes. This first harmony goes up to here. So all this first part is the same chords, all right? Then on top of these chords, we have our melody. Remember, melody is king or queen, depending on where you are. I chose here to play the melody on the glockenspiel in this first part. Let's take a listen to this melody. So very simple melody. The notes are all inside the scale of A major. That's, by the way, the key of the piece. And one thing you can do is to arrange your harmony. For example, in my case, my harmony and my main idea is on the piano. Put the piano in a loop and kind of try to improvise the melody or melodies or versions of the melody if you don't have anything that came straight to your mind. You know, if you have no ideas for the melodies, you can do this kind of method to find a melody. So let's take a listen to the melody on the glockenspiel and the harmony on the piano. So you want a catchy melody, you know? This is a very straightforward tonal music kind of song, and you need a catchy melody. I'm sorry. There's no much space to kind of experimental or modern music. So let's take a look at our second set of chords and our second melody. It starts here in this part of the piece, and you have an F sharp minor. The notes of F sharp minor are F sharp, A, C sharp, and E. Then you have a D. The notes of D major are D, F sharp, and A. Then you have A major. The notes of A major are A, C sharp, and E. And on the last bar we have a E sus4 and a E. All right, so one chord per bar, exactly as in the first part. Same structure. These long notes represent the basses and the roots of the chords, and the rapid notes are filling the chords, giving motion, and it's one of the main aspects of this track. So our second melody, also on the glockenspiel, let's take a listen to it. Just the glockenspiel. All right, so very simple melody, also straightforward melody, tonal melody, using the notes of A major and also respecting the chords below them. So let's take a listen to the second melody and the second set of chords, piano and glockenspiel. So the second melody has some some elements in common with the first melody, and that's something you should do if you want two melodies in the same piece. Otherwise, it would be better to make two different tracks, you know. You have to find a cool balance between repeating some elements and varying some elements. That's one of the great aspects of music. It's to not to be too repetitive, but also to make your ideas make sense, you know, to put them one after the other and listen in a row and say, oh, this makes sense. You have your harmonies and your melodies, and then what do? So you have to think about form. The form of this piece is connected to the harmony and the melody. So this first part that we can call part A, we have the first set of chords that I talked about in the beginning of the video, and the first set of melodies, you know, it repeats 3 times. All right, so each time there's something different here, but we are going to be talking about this when we are arranging the song. Then we have a drop. Kind of a drop means you have much less instruments, or sometimes even just a sound design thing, a low kind of. All right, in this case my drop has piano, bass, acoustic guitar and percussion. This drop and up to here, we have our second set of harmonies and melodies, so we can call this part B. And then we have a repetition, kind of a repetition, because it's not exactly the same instrumentation of the first part of the A. So you can call this piece A, B, and A. Sometimes put a kind of observation in the last A that it's not exactly the same. So after you have all of that, you have a draft of your song, and then you have to put the ideas in a row and see if they make sense. One thing you should pay special attention is how you put one chord after the other. Not always. If you just respect the notes of the scale, you have chords that make sense one after the other. You have to study harmony, you have to study cadences. For example, in my first part, my first set of chords, they always end in D, and they always begin in A. That is a cool thing. You know, it's a cadence we study in harmony, and it's good because it has a fifth jump in the bass. All right. Then in my second set of chords, they always end in the E sus4, and after that an E, because I will go back to my A part that starts in A. So it's a very famous cadence, and this sus movement before in the last bar of the second set of chords helps to improve that sensation of resolution. So you have E sus4, E, then A. That's very common. How much times have you heard that? Lots of times. Even if you don't know, they are there. This kind of things are there. So how do you get this knowledge? So first you can study harmony and theory in general, and also you can play a lot of songs and analyze a lot of songs. Stay tuned for the next parts. We are going to be talking about arranging and about the sample libraries I used to compose this piece. We are going to be talking about mixing and a little bit of mastering also. If you like this video, click on the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel so you can get an email or something every time there is a new video on the channel. Thank you. Bye bye.